A mother's warning about popular toys goes viral. People have shared her post nearly 300,000 times, and then the mom took it down. In it, initially, she claimed squishy toys are tainted with dangerous chemicals and said parents should be aware that they have been banned overseas. So we set out to verify. In her post, the mom says her 8-year-old daughter recently received several squishy toys. They're sold around the United States. And soon after, the mom says her daughter started having nightmares and acting like she was having hallucinations after playing with them before bedtime. She said she did some research and found an article stating that the toys contain harmful chemicals and were being banned in Denmark. Her post received so much attention we wanted to verify the facts. We can confirm a June report says the Danish Environmental Protection Agency found, quote, harmful chemicals in 12 of the 12 squishies they tested. Officials called for a ban on the toys. But the toy industries of Europe said the test was flawed and a ban never went into effect. We also reached out to the Danish EPA, but never received confirmation the toys were actually pulled. But we did hear back from the Toy Association, which is a not-for-profit trade association. It echoed concerns that the European test was flawed. So what do U.S. regulators say about all this? That cannot be verified, at least not yet. We reached to the EPA and U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. They oversee toy recalls. But because of the government shutdown, both offices for both of these agencies are closed. We'll keep working on it for you.